Okay, Gus Williams, he's an Aussie mate of mine. He's been hassling me to do a strip and assemble for the SDG Sturmgewehr MP44. I'll do that for you real fast. Show you how it all breaks down and puts it back together again. I went to the gun show in the weekend. It was a reasonably quiet gun show. There wasn't anything really meritorious, but I did buy a couple of things. I'll just show you what those are. As I've mentioned before in previous videos, I think my wife is just starting to get into pistol shooting, and she has a preference for revolvers over automatic pistols. So the gun show before last, I bought her a Smith & Wesson 22 Airweight, just as a training gun. It's an exceptional little handgun actually, it works very well, very accurate, good for teaching newbies. And then we moved her up to a Colt Police Special 38 or 38 Special. This was an old, I think, bank manager's gun. I think that was the point of origin. I think it came out of Canada. The guy that runs the gun show, one of the gun shows here, is up and down to Canada quite regularly, so he's supplied himself with revolvers over the years. He's quitting them and most of his collection bit by bit because he's just bought himself a new property. So I have availed myself of a number of quite nice revolvers from him in the past. This is probably the piece de resistance for the weekend. It's a Colt Python in 357. It's in very, very good condition. I just absolutely love the old school blue on these revolvers. If they've been stored properly and haven't been used excessively, there's no significant holster wear, they really are a work of art. And the Colt revolver being justifiably famous for the cylinder lock-up, it's just magnificent. I have a Smith & Wesson revolver in 45 caliber. Very hard to tell which would be the better of the two. I think they're very, very close. But this is a classic old school firearm which is no longer in manufacture, so it's going to be a gun-safe queen. I have, about 2 years ago, I bought another Colt Python, this one with the 6-inch barrel. The bluing is quite different. It's in fact, I don't know if you'd call it bluing, whatever the hell the finish is, but again, it's mint, it's an investment gun. It will sit in the gun safe and be fired once in a blue moon, just so I can enjoy it, but it's kind of a long-term investment. With that said, I also grabbed for this weekend a small Colt Cobra 38 Special. I can't fire this because the barrel length is too short to take down to the range. It's on the C ticket. If you have a short barrel, you're not allowed to shoot bloody things, but who knows what may happen in the future. Anyway, these are for Joanne, and she's getting on top of this pistol shooting thing. And again, as I think I mentioned, she's off to Front Sight in December with me for a 4-day defensive handgun, where she'll get really well established in the basics. And one other thing, I'll go for a wee walk and show you. This is quite important, I think. Many of you will know that I've started investing quite heavily in Nazi daggers. There's a whole swag of the things in here. We'll just stop the revolving so we can see it. This one here is a completely mint, unissued army dagger. It's complete with the hangers, the portapee, the felt bag that it came in, and the paper bag and tissue that it was wrapped up in. It's also got, you can just see there, perhaps if I open the door for you, you'll see it's got that red tag there that tells you that it's unissued. It's the manufacturer's tag, WRC manufacturer. So that was a really nice one to have. To get that combo, the original dagger hasn't been interfered with, mint condition with all the original issue bits and pieces, is quite a big deal. And let's go for a walk over here with respect to daggers. I also managed to pick up 8 volumes of Mr. Johnson's reference works on edged weapons of the Third Reich. So I've got Whitman's, Johnson's, and Cora is here. These are really the main references that are used by collectors, and this is another set from Johnson. So that's a really good thing to get. A couple of these are out of print now, so to be able to get the entire set is great, although I believe there may be a volume 9 out recently. And this is the Price Guide Catalogue Bible for metal and for German metal collectors, awards and decorations. I got that in from Germany. One of the dealers was over there picking up some stuff, so he got it for me. Great thing to have, gives you all the details, and also a price guide. This is the latest edition, so these reference works are really important if you're collecting. It's going to save you an awful lot of grief when you having to make decisions about purchasing, and they're just, you know, good things to have. Okay, so going for a wee walk, sit back down again. Right, Gus, you Aussie bastard. Here we go. This STG-44, I have two of them, one in semi-automatic. It's been converted. I haven't screwed around with the gun, but it's been converted so it only fires semi-automatic, so they can shoot it. Again, in New Zealand C category, and full auto firearms, but not allowed to shoot the damn things. This is the C-Cat one. It's original World War II, good condition, and we will start now. Reasonably simple firearm actually. It's not much to it. There's a small clip here you have to depress to push the pin in. Pull the pin out. It's retained by that clip so you don't lose it, and then you just yank the butt off. Not very technical. The butt with the big slinky looking recoil spring. It's a bloody long spring, very heavy gauged steel. So from here you can pull down, and the trigger mechanism is exposed so you can get in there and clean it. Give the working parts a whick and they will just come out. The bolt and bolt carrier are a little bit unusual in the sense that this is how they sit. One hooks into the other. And if you're looking at this thinking, shit, that looks like an AK-47 gas piston, I don't think that's a mistake. They're very, very similar indeed. This one's, I think, marginally shorter than the AK. But the only variations, or significant variations you'll get, because there were some with the various manufacturers, is with respect to the bolt and the firing pin. There's a cruciform shaped firing pin and a straight sort of hammer nail firing pin. They can be stripped down, but it's really not necessary. From there, we've got the gas plug. Now, what the hell do I do with that screwdriver? There was a specialist tool that came with the cleaning kit that enabled you to get this off, but you can use a field expedient. And this just unscrews. There's no gas plug as such. This will just give you access to the gas cylinder so you can give it a good clean out. It's a bloody long thread on this thing, and there it is. The extension at the top here is a stacking swivel. It just allows you to stack the things up in a pyramid. So Gus, that's the lot, mate. And reassembly, you just do it all in reverse. Nothing to it at all. What's different about this firearm set up against its contemporary German firearms is really the size of the controls. Magazine release, very large, huge safety catch, and a push-through selector switch for safe and semi-automatic. Also a very generously proportioned trigger guard, and I presume this is based on their experience in the East, where they were shooting with gloved hands. So that's that. Nothing new to report. Gus, get off my bloody case, belligerent Australian bastard, and I'll get on and give these things a wipe down and put them away. Hope you're well. See you soon.